Are all of them four-wheel drive, or are some of them just front?
Some of them are front wheel, and they're the only ones you can get in a stick. This you have to get in the CVT, whatever you call it. All the all-wheel drive ones only come in the CVT.
Really?
Really? Which
That's so. All right. So there's no chance of four-wheel drive fun.
No,
if you
not
get the all-wheel drive.
Right? Yeah, they're like, no. If you get the all-wheel drive, you must get the CVT, and it does all right, but you know, the stick.
So it just goes up and holds itself at some sort of optimal RPM while the speed increases.
Right. Except in sport mode where it like simulates.
Ah.
Yeah, I know. It does a good job, but it's like one of those things where you gotta kind of sort of get used to.
There was some guy who did a side-by-side like 0 to 60 comparison. I don't know what car it was with a CVT where they did the regular mode and the sport mode, and sport mode slower. Because it's making those fake pauses as if there's gears.
Yeah, and it does the like, I don't know, the only way I know is like the Sportronic thing where you can manually do it,
but there is no gears.
There is no gears. It's low, high, and infinitely in between.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it considered a wagon? Like, what are they trying to say? Or is it
on my insurance, it says station wagon.
Okay.
so yes, supposedly.
So that's the station wagon still is a dirty word in the eyes of salesmen.
I know. So they don't call it that. They call it like Sport Cross or something weird. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's the space I deal with, and these do flip down.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, that's about it.
Right. It smells new.
Yeah, I keep it nice. I mean,
Is there anything?
There is. I actually
a donut, or do they give you? Do they give you a full one?
They give you
They give you the donut.
Yep, they give you the donut. And on the funny thing is, on the two-wheel drive, and don't ask me why this is, there is like a whole nother storage layer below this, but I guess because the all-wheel drive, they ran out of space, so that's what you get. It's like a tiny,
all right. So how do they do this? Are they just running it? Okay.
Yeah, it's torque vectored supposedly, which is cool. It's sporty, and you can lock it into like hardcore all-wheel drive if there is such a thing. But the torque vector.
That's a tiny little baffle right there for the exhaust. Is that?
No,
that's
that's a Stillen thing. That's me.
Oh, that's you.
yeah. I put a cold air on it, a strut bar, and that, and the Stillen exhaust. I don't know. Probably gave me like 5 horsepower. That's stupid.
I'm still trying to find.
Well, I didn't think
an angle for it. Like what? Okay, here's the big question. What attracted you to the Juke?
I was actually down there. My dad was gonna buy an Xterra, and I saw this, and this was supposedly, according to the guy, the 9th one they sold, and you know, like ever. And it was just weird enough that I thought, and they gave me the pitch, and I thought, the all-wheel drive and this, it's got like 7.2 inches of ground clearance. I don't know.
That is, I'll give it that. Yeah. It's for a lot of crossovers that are only sport utility in theory only.
Yeah.
This does have a substantial amount of ground clearance, and there is not a lot of front overhang.
No, kind of.
It swoops up. So all right.
They make like a skid plate protector thing for the front of it, but it's just plastic.
Right. The big question is, who is this supposed to appeal to?
And you know, like I said, I just bought it because it looked quirky. It was like one of those things. It was like, yeah, you know, I don't know if they're gonna sell it, but you know. No, it doesn't have enough space to be like that, but it's not sporty enough to appeal to the, I don't know, 70 people. So and I actually put these things in myself. These are normally just open, and every rock and ship.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, this wine cooler thing they call it. I put those in. I made those. So it's like.
That's good thinking.
Yeah. The rocks were just eating the radiator, so I'm like, you know, that was like $10 to make.
Right.
You know, you just taped it off, and I wired it in there to stop it from eating it. But
I'm trying to be kind to it because
I know.
Because the Subaru Bajas are coming back. There are people who are paying $9,000 for Subaru Bajas that we all made fun of a while ago. Are you leasing it, or did you buy this thing outright?
No, I bought this thing.
Bought the thing outright?
I bought the thing. I don't even know, like 26 and change.
Oh, okay.
So there is that, you know, and this is the SL topped out supposedly.
Right, but it's not.
The base one you can get in for like 21 something.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things they're gonna beat other people on price points.
Right.
Let's drive this thing.
Key, and on the high-end ones you get the start. That's why there's that little foam, like a plastic thing
that I can turn with.
Yes, that you can turn with your hand. Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And you can move the seat or whatever. I'm short. Yeah. No, there's a thing under here. Yep.
Well, that's good. They're keeping the weight down.
Right.
If it were up to me, you should be able to get. Oh, that moves that moves. I keep moving it up.
It moves.
Do I have to move?
You actually think there's another one?
There's another.
Yeah,
there it
yeah,
goes.
There it goes.
So now I need to move the seat back down. Okay, I push down and it ratchets down.
Right. They're keeping the weight down on it.
I wish there was an option on modern cars to have just.
Yep. One touch, one up.
I just want a little. I wish there was an option for windy windows.
Yeah.
I want windy windows. They'll never break. And I'm gonna have to use the reverse light because seeing at the back of this thing.
Oh yeah.
A, B, C pillar.
It's got these huge. Yeah, that took a
C
while to
pillars.
get used to. Yeah.
Ugh. Okay, I'm not gonna do the sport thing because, as we discussed before, with a continuously variable transmission, sport means nothing.
It just holds it in like where it thinks RPMs are.
Right.
And eco is a joke. You might as well drive like an 80 horsepower.
Oh, what's eco?
Eco is like to give you gas. Yeah, it's that button right there, and it detunes like everything. You got to push the pedal down, and I'm not sure. Yeah, it's in it.
Is it in eco right now?
Yeah, and it grades you on how well you do. With
Oh, I get 0 stars. It's like first grade.
For that.
You spelled your own name wrong on your vocabulary test. You get a frowny face. You get the face that's throwing up a little bit.
Try again. No, it's exactly.
So how do I take it off eco?
You just normal.
Oh,
and
normal. See, that's weird that these buttons are right there, right next to the heater. So I'm thinking, okay, normal is normal heat.
Right, and it tells you like what it does. If you push this climate, the cool thing is they all change.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now we're dealing with.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Now you're dealing with actual like where you want to put the air and stuff. And yeah, I know.
One of the things I like about the older cars that even my dad's Cressida doesn't have is the 3 knobs here. Where do you want it? How hot do you want it? And how hard do you want it? Completely simple. But here you got to hunt through a menu.
Yeah, and
I bet if I go all the way left, do I turn it off?
It's like 60 degrees now. Yet you can actually push off in the climate thing.
Okay.
But that is it. Like, other than that, it just does
there it's off.
Yep,
okay.
there it's off. Yeah.
And if I turn it, it still doesn't do
anything. You just push it. You just push the is actually pushed too, and then boom, everything comes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. AC comes on and all that, and then the driving stuff is all done through this D mode thing. I mean, it gives you like gravity, G forces side to side, and yeah. See it? It's like tacking forward because we're stopping. If you accelerate hard, it moves backward and side to side, and it's supposed to tell you like I don't know some weird thing about G force.
Eco info. It tells you.
Yep.
But you can't really see this from when you're driving,
that's the biggest problem. It like forces you to take your eyes off what you're doing.
I'd have to look like this to read this thing.
Yeah, it takes a bit. And then the really cool part is some of those functions, especially in the settings, it does not let you do over a certain speed. It's like drive on the road, you idiot, and it's like graze them out until you stop.
Oh, I'm sorry, graze what out?
It grays out some of the options, and like if you're trying to change like the brightness of that thing, well, no, over 20 miles an hour, no, grayed out. You must do that while you're stopped.
I like what Garmin does. In the beginning, they say, you're not supposed to be operating the sat nav while you're driving. Right. Yeah, I know.
Yep, got it.
Yep,
I'm the passenger.
See, that's where is it in sport? Because the RPM's just dropped.
Huh? No, like I said, it's that CVT thing. I mean, if you put it in sport, it does this goofy like holds it at places. You'll feel it like then hold.
Okay.
Yeah, it's simulating like I'll hold it up there a while longer, and then it'll actually shift it. Right.
See that? Ooh. Yeah, that does go pretty quick.
Yeah, once turbo gets
taking
going.
up. Oh, there's a turbo on this.
There is. It's a 1.6 liter turbo.
Really?
Yeah, 200 horsepower, I think, with the stuff I did, roughly. I think they're like 190, 180.
I didn't know these things were offered with turbos.
Yes, this is the turbo.
Okay, all right. The car's making a little bit more sense now.
A little bit, yeah. It takes like only premium now because of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
91 or 90?
91.
91, okay.
91 or above. And the CVT does this weird thing, like you said, you're going down the hill and it like...
Is it trying to engine brake?
Yeah, it like holds you back with this engine braking thing so you don't...
Oh, okay, it's trying to save the brakes.
Right.
Because if it freewheeled,
yeah, off
you'd be just burning brakes the whole time.
Yep.
Do you know this road I'm talking about, where we're going with the crazy turn?
Vaguely. Yes,
okay.
I think you do. Yeah, I know where you're at. I know where you're at now.
Do you know if it's biased toward the front or the rear when you're just driving along as far as power distribution?
To the front.
Front.
And this is in the, right now the little all-wheel drive's in the torque vector. So when you corner, it sends it to the outside wheel.
Really?
That's the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Acuras do it with their super handling all-wheel drive stuff.
There's a little light here that says HDV. It's green. It's on. What does that mean?
Oh, you mean that thing? That's the all-wheel drive vector. It's actually AWD. It's just hard to... Yeah, everything in this car is like hard to read. A little bit. Just a tad.
Why? Is it always on?
No, you can actually toggle it to just two-wheel drive only, or
really?
or all-wheel drive like locked, where it's like 50-50 all the time.
Really?
Front, rear, yeah.
Is that limited to speed or anything like those little Jeeps?
No, that'll do it like pretty much regardless. I do that when I'm going up like some of the driveways and stuff, but the vectored is the sporty mode.
Okay.
So.
Because these are a lot of off-camber turns as we go down here.
Right. Yeah.
All right. So far, this gives me the impression that this car is behaving, especially, you know, if we go into Lake Winona, you could grill those roads in there.
Right.
But this is behaving like a car much smaller than it is.
Yeah, the wheelbase is only like 99 inches or something. It's not huge, you know. You think it's bigger than it is, but it's a pretty small.
Is there an option for you to look at boost pressure, or no? You just sort of trust
in sport mode. You just get this gauge after that like scrolls away. It's just a boost-like thing. I don't know.
It's a gauge that says boost, but there's no numbers on it.
There is. Some guy online tried to figure out.
It's like a video game.
Yes, it's like.
I assure you, we're making boost. We're making red boost. We're making so much boost that says sport. You're making sport boost, as opposed to marching band boost.
Some guy online like tried to figure out what they were.
And the shade for the gauges has a handle in it.
I don't know what
it has a hole in it.
It has a hole. Yeah, it's fun to clean around.
There's a little bit of design by committee going on with this car.
Yeah, well, I knew I was in for it with the whole "we made a motorcycle tank in your car" thing.
Right?
Yeah.
Because if it's a CVT, you don't need all this. You could have pockets right here.
It could be, yeah.
I am having a good time driving this, and I hope the car can become endearing in a Subaru Baja kind of way. Oh, there I hear the turbo spooling.
Yeah, it goes. It takes some.
All right, I'm putting it back into normal mode because now we're descending the weird hill. Now I'm not gonna drive fast because
on the weird hill.
I know how crazy this can be, and we have no shoulder at all, and there's a lot of gravel on the road. And these turns, you can't really see it in the video, but the suggested speed is 10, and we're going 35 around this. And here's the big one that everybody loses it on. I'm braking going into it, and I'm putting a little. Yeah, I didn't stab it because with a CVT, I don't know how it's going to deliver its power.
Right.
And it's an automatic, and it's not like I can hold it in a lower gear. Okay, now we're at the bottom, so we have a choice of which way we want to go. We can go out 895. We can turn right.
Take you all the way to Lake Summit.
Right. Your car, your call.
Oh, it doesn't matter which way you want to go.
Right, it is.
Man. Right, it is.
Towards Summit Station. Have you ever experimented by putting 87 into it?
No.
Do you think it'll just retard the timing?
It says in the manual you can put 87 in it. It's like, but it will degraded performance or something like that. It's actually
okay, so it'll save itself so it doesn't knock. I got a pre-release of a video game that I'll be doing Let's Plays on. It's called Automation by Camshaft Software. What it is it's... Have you ever played The Sims?
Yeah.
Like that, but you're building a car.
Oh, that's weird.
You don't race the car. It's a little bit of Sims meets Sim City in that you're building a car company.
Oh.
And you, I mean, the press one I have that they released, they gave me the Steam key for, is just in sandbox mode. So it's very interesting. I'm going to design an engine. Oh, I'm going to make the AE86 engine, but I'm going to put a turbo on it. And I failed 3 times. I blew 3 engines up in the game because all single one of them piston failure because they all knocked.
Oh.
Because I'm like, well, I want this to be economical, so I'm going to have a 4-cylinder engine with a turbo on it that can take 87. Nope.
Nope.
And I want this thing to rev to 7 grand. Nope, it can't do that. And I'm like, so I have to reduce compression, keep reducing stroke, and I'm like, this engine's dumb now. It's a turbo, but it only makes 100 horsepower. And so the name of the game is, well, yeah, you want a car, you're asking for performance with 87 octane and a turbo. This is the engine that's going to be safe. Everything else is going to explode. It's like in Sim City where you're trying to, you can't have it all. Inevitably, like the original, do you ever play Sim City 2000?
Yes.
I know I'm going way back. That people will always bitch and complain in that fake newspaper they give every time. Like, the schools aren't working and there's crimes in the fire department's like, I can't please everybody, God damn it. And anyway, so I'll do a Let's Play on that, but this is what the car reminds me of. This car is trying to do a little bit of everything. And you're making a, let's call it what it is. This is a station wagon with a high center of gravity and a very high roof line.
Right.
It's going to have to give up something. And, well, one thing is interior space.
Oh yeah.
Not as big on the inside as you thought. The whole styling thing of putting the headlights down low, it's different. Puddle. See, if it was my car, I'd just drive right through that. I was one of those jerks back in high school who would aim for the puddles in my Dodge Neon. So I want to find an uphill. Oh, we could go up. We go up 183. That's an uphill pull that you could puddle. Whoops!
There it goes.
Did you just wash this car before you give it to?
Huh?
Did you just? Okay, good.
No. I normally do. I mean, I keep up on it pretty well, so I try to anyway.
Was the nav an option?
Yes.
Okay.
You get that on like the SV and higher, like the mid-trim and higher. The new one is like all Nissan Connect, which has like apps and stuff in it. This was an old like Bosch one. They just threw in here this year.
Oh yeah, because we didn't say before that this is the first year. Yeah. This is a 2011.
Right.
11.
First year they came
First year they did the Juke.
Yeah.
I was at the New York Auto Show. There was a Nismo version of this.
Yes. They like tuned it.
I didn't look into it because I called the Juke a car for beauty pageant moms living vicariously through their 8-year-old daughters, getting them all whored up for a night in Trenton. Because it looks like it has Botox and everything with the gosh darn it, I'm trying to find, this is a very enjoyable car to be on, to drive, because it's better than you think, but gosh darn it, this thing's ugly. It's ugly from the front. Now I drove it's getting a little warm in here.
The other way.
The other way.
The other way. Yeah, it actually is down at the bottom. It'll tell you like 64, 62, 60, whatever. It's automated. Yeah.
I just want vent. I just want.
Yeah, that's just vent.
Okay, it's just venting.
It's
okay,
just
good.
venting. Yeah. And if you turn this little guy, it will actually increase the fan too.
Okay.
Like right now, it's automated fan. You turn that up.
Huh.
Yeah, it's all automated, and then you turn that up, and it'll like start blowing like all hell. Look at it. Yeah.
Your head unit has an SD card slot.
It does. Yes, for the map updates. Nissan makes you
that's
buy
a good idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if you could just Is that just a blank in there right now?
I don't know.
Oh, no, wait. It says map data.
Yeah, it map data.
I took this out and it said no map. Huh. Okay, so you can download maps at home and load them in here. You're not going to have to go through any menu.
No.
I like that.
Yes.
I like that. Because someones going to figure out how to get around that.
Oh, they already have.
Oh, you already have?
They already have, because Nissan wants like $100 for the maps, and no.
No. That's good.
There's websites for that.
And that's your own input. You can do all sorts of things with that.
Yeah, that's
why don't all cars have that? Oh, because people are going to figure out how to work around your operating system.
Yeah, that's like the 2011, I think, map, or the 2012 map, and then I figured out how to like put the 2014 and all on.
I like that.
Yes.
I also like the frame rate on this.
Yeah.
This is like 60 frames a second going on through this.
Yeah.
All right, so here's our chance to put the foot down as we head up 183. We're keeping it out of sport mode, just in normal mode.
Yep.
And it's perfectly reasonable for me to do this because we have to climb a hill. Here we go.
Yeah.
All right, so it holds it exactly at 5. Oh, it goes higher. 5.5, goes all the way to 6. Holds it, speeds in, okay.
Yep.
Now we got up to speed very fast. It was very undramatic of that. I like hearing the turbo. I'd like to know. I can see the hood moving. That hood moves a lot.
Yeah, it bounces a lot. It's
the hood bounces.
It's kind of stiff.
Well, the car is stiff and it's a wide hood. That hood, well, I guess you could just call that like, oh, I got a shaker hood. It wasn't intentional.
No, it just kind of...
The hood just sort of floats and bounces there.
And it's locked down. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I like that they did this. This was something that was bugging me about some cars that don't put the four ways
down here for some reason.
This is a, oh crap, something's happening. It's a panic area. Just press it.
Right.
It's not like it's distracting or anything. It's right there within eyesight.
I actually took all the lights out of the exterior of the car anyway, and they're all LED now.
Oh, so, really?
Yeah, I bought like the little. There was a guy online on like a parts list, and
sweet.
They're all LED now.
And including the main headlights.
Not the main headlights. I left them with just AutoZone, Silver Star kind of stuff.
Oh, the Silver Stars. Yeah.
Yep.
Those I want to put in the Honda Fit eventually. I know they're just $30 for the Silver Stars, and on one hand though, it would be, I don't know if it would turn the car into a cop magnet because there'd be just that little bit blue.
Right.
And then you turn the fog lights on, they'd look yellow by contrast. Although there's some people who do the Euro thing where they put the...
This says the Euro thing.
With the yellow fog lights?
Yellow in the front. Yeah,
is that how they came?
No, it was it's just clear lenses, and I was like, yeah, why not?
You know, put the yellow bulbs in there.
Yellow bulbs.
Does it make a difference at night?
The wattage was higher. They were like 100-watt bulbs, and the stocks were like 50. So actually, if I turn them on and the car's just sitting still, you can hear the alternator like, or whatever, just a little bit at the end of drag, because it's a lot of draw.
Then I'd have to look at the Silver Stars, see how much if they would draw more power, because the torque is. Why does the torque have?
In normal mode, it'll show you like torque. Again, just an arbitrary scale of torque. Yes.
Well, and then there's a battery.
Yeah. In the normal mode, you get to see how much your battery has. Yeah.
The ammeter.
I guess it doesn't really like. You
have more battery. You have
I have battery. I guess.
It's like those Duracells back in the 90s that you would press on both ends and it would tell you how much battery you have. They give you a USB here and you put another plug-in over there.
That's actually, that USB will charge, but it does the iPod thing. Like that's actually what that's for. Yeah, you can plug that in. It'll actually like come up and let you play your iPod.
Oh, that's nice.
Stuff in there. Yeah.
Steering is quicker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be slush.
Yeah, it's all electric. There's no power steering fluid.
Is that a Dodge Omni? No, it's a Volkswagen Rabbit. Dodge Omni is the car that eludes us all the time. Roman and myself.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, trying to find one. And a car that's trying to be everything. It's trying to be sporty. It's trying to be a family car. Do you have kids?
No.
No, okay.
Kids.
The trying to be sporty, trying to be a family car, trying to be a station wagon, trying to be off-road, at least in name. There's no brush cards or anything.
I've seen guys like somewhere in Qatar take them into the sand, and they fare so-so.
Right. Is that a LeBaron? No, it's a Buick.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me drive this.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose that at some point, if not this, then something else, although we could do this, to do a larger, try to review to get to the bottom of why this car exists. I understand the price point, because you said base model is around 21, 22,000.
Yeah.
And this was 25?
Yeah, 26 and change.
26 and change.
Yeah.
Because you get, did they offer, they're not all turbos. I'm assuming the lower one's going to be naturally aspirated.
The first year they actually were all turbos. Now I think they're
Really?
offering different engines, I think. I'm not sure. Yeah, the first year it was only this 1.6 turbo. It was like a joint venture with Renault. So it's that thing, Nissan Renault.
What car does this remind me of? It reminds me of a Chevy Blazer Sport. That's what this reminds me of. A Chevy Blazer Sport. A car that is really just going to be a street car, but it's good to know all the rest is there. I'll bet I would be singing a different tune if it was, you know, 2 weeks ago when everything's crap and everything's snowy.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I'll bet this car would make a ton of sense.
Well, I've never gotten stuck or anything.
Right.
I mean, it just goes.
An all-wheel drive car, CVT, yes, but an all-wheel drive with turbo, with a decent amount of ground clearance in the snow, I'll bet this would be totally different.
And in all-wheel
It
drive
would-
mode, it's getting like 25, 27 miles per gallon. You turn into two-wheel, you get like 30.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That was the big thing that, that was the one big thing that, and the cup holders tilt toward the, well, they're probably all up and down, but they tilt toward the passenger.
Yep, there's just that.
Oops, I'm sorry. I dropped a charm bracelet
That's
down here.
no, that's actually a thing from like I got that when I was in the islands. I lived in the islands for a little while, like, and this Chinese woman made it for me, so I just keep it in here.
Oh. Good luck.
Yeah,
Okay, so off, I just press the
You
button.
just press it.
Okay.
That's it. And all the little stuff comes on.
Okay, leather, maybe leather, rubber.
Rubber. Yeah.
Okay. With the fake stitching. Well, I really shouldn't say anything because... And this... Yep. A bass boat sparkle. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look how that sparkles on the inside.
On the inside.
This car is all over the place. I mean, the engine makes sense. I totally dig a four-cylinder with a turbo and all-wheel drive. It's hard to go wrong with that. If this were snowing, it'd be a lot of fun. I like it. At some point, I would like to do a full review once we slug through all of our footage, so it may be like a year going by. But and we'll get to the bottom of why the Juke exists, who it's for, and does it have any redeeming qualities? Because that's the thing, though. It's the weird thing when you're with someone and you're gonna review a car and you learn that this is your car now.
Yeah.
For like, maybe the next 5 to 8 years until you decide to sell this. You own this. You bought it outright. This is yours.
Supposedly, Nissan aimed it at like an 18 to 29 demographic, and at the time, I fell into that. So I have no idea like that was what they were aiming for, but I don't quite know why. Yet I bought it.
All right. Well, thank you very much, James.
Anytime.
Yeah.